yes, we are in the game. And it is gonna be nothing else but the team game's favorite, or maybe not anymore, but once upon a time, Diversity was a really played out map. Basically, you could go and see every second player hosted for a while, but it seems like with the random map generator actually coming online, it have been hosted less and less, and now it's basically delegated to being played like once a month or something, so it's really nice to see it actually being played in a tournament setting. But let's see who are our players and what are they gonna be playing. So, on the right side of the map, we're gonna have Team Endranii, made up of Sladow-Noob and Delhi, with Sladow opting to actually go for the Cybran, starting with first Land Factory, then gonna go and expand to the second Land Factory, and then gonna go for the air. Meanwhile, his teammate Delhi is gonna opt for the Seraphim in in grassy green. Gonna go for first Land Factory into second Air Factory, and then 2 more Land Factories. Their opponents on the left side of the map are gonna be Team Beba and Buba, made up of Paralon, playing UEF, starting out with 2 Land Factories into Mexes and some Pigeons. And then, as his trusty teammate, it's gonna be no one else but Mr. Pancake, or should I say Small Pancake, also simply known as Blinchek, playing Seraphim in Lavender Violet, starting out with Land Factory into second Air. So it seems like we won't really have to go and watch out for the early bombers or anything, as the buff teams should be able to actually go and defend against them. But here comes the Magmarine from Paralon, already finding the enemy engineer as Sladow is trying to go and run away with him. But unfortunately, the little fella is gonna be just enough to go and mow down the poor little engineer. And now he's actually beelining for the second expansion. And unless something happens, this engineer is most likely gonna go and die. There are tanks out for Sladow, but unfortunately they're quite far away. We can see him trying to run in here, some reclaim orders happening, and now a really good choice as Mr. Sladow is trying to go and micro the walls around the engineer to go and actually make sure that the Magmarine cannot go and kill him. There is a really good micro, but unfortunately the Magmarine is just way too fast, as we can see him just run the circles around the poor engineer and kill him off, and then proceed to run away behind the base of Sladow. Already not a great start for the top team. As we can see, there is also a T1 bomber beelining here for the base of Sladow. This time coming out from Blinching, and while Endranii already have the air factory up, the Inti is not here, and as such the bomber will most likely be able to go and kill the engineer without much trouble. The bomb is dropped, the engineer is trying to run away, but unfortunately he's gonna go and die together with the reclaim pile. And now we also can see some... What was he trying to bomb? I guess he's going for the T1 pigeons, which is gonna be horrible. Thankfully the regen on the pigeons is gonna be enough to make sure that none of them are gonna explode, at least not yet. That is unless Robo can go and shot down one more bomb, or rather drop it down. But no, the Sky Slammer from Sladow is gonna be just enough to go and save him from this horrible fate. Now, thankfully, Endranii, or should I say Delhi, managed to go and grab one Selen to go and kill the little and annoying Magmarine here, which is gonna be just good enough. Now on the middle, the expanding engineer for Paralon gonna get caught out by 2 Mantises, which are gonna go and kill not only the engineer, but also the mechs and then the T1 striker. And what is the airplay looking like? There is 2 interceptors for the team Endranii, single one for the Beba and Boba, although there is once again, there is a T1 bomber beelining for the expanding engineers of Sladow. Is he gonna drum the bomb? No, not yet. He's going for something different. It seems like he's aiming for the pigeons again. I don't think no, he's going for the little one. Engineers, 2 of them. He's gonna go and drop the bomb, but Sladow is gonna react on time to go and actually micro the engineers. Oh no, he's gonna go and lose one due to the napalm, but fortunately, he will go and... Oh, that's what you mean, my guy. For a second I was wondering that there is something wrong with my stuff. Okay, but yeah, thanks for that. Anyway, it seems like even though Sladow was being bullied very hard in the early beginning of the game, right now he's the one doing the bullying on the top side. As we can see, Paralon still didn't take his expansions on the side. So, yep, he's a little bit behind, especially when we look at the mass income available to both teams. Team Donny is actually on 53 mass available per second, while Team Beba and Boba on only 40, so already 20% ahead in the economy game for the right side team. But it seems like the middle might be actually coming under control of Team Beba and Boba, as Blinchik is establishing quite a good forward base. We can already see for land factories building and spewing out units one after another, with 2 more being actually queued up. The ACU from Delhi gonna go and take control over the center middle of the map, with this little 4 max location. But the question is, does he have actually enough unit production? Because when we look at what is happening here, there is a big Lavender army coming his way. The violet units are gonna be all violet. Let's go and see. Yep. Delhi actually recognizing that he doesn't have the units mix to go up against this blob of violent violet. He will have to actually go and run away and go and start making more and more land factories. There is what? Only... Okay, never mind. He went for a fast T2 upgrade on the HQ, meaning that soon enough we should be able to go and see some Ilshavok's coming out. But for now, he will have to go and play defensive. But meanwhile, Mr. Paralon making a very big mistake, as his ACU is gonna get caught out by a bunch of angry mantises belonging to Sladow-Noob. Not to mention his ACU also coming in closer and closer. The mantises are just basically encircling the ACU. He cannot move. The man cannot move at all. He's door stuck. Go and help him. As also the ACU from that is gonna go and join the fray. As we can see, the ACU of Paralon dropping up to 8000 HP, and the units are coming in here one after another. The mantises are basically blocking the ACU. Is the overcharge available? Yes, the overcharge is actually available, but there is not enough energy, meaning that Paralon is still stuck between the nasty mantises. And as such, 2 ACUs are still gonna go and keep on pushing in. We can see also seeing the T1 bomber coming from Delhi to go and make sure that he's actually gonna go and kill 4 of mantises belonging to Sladow. A really nice micro coming out from the T1 land factory build order, and there is only 3000 HP left, 15 seconds left alive for Mr. Paralon. 2000 HP, and it seems like this might be actually it. Units from Blinchik are actually coming in to go and support him, but they are just way too far away, as Paralon gonna go and be ejected at minute 8 of the game, as both Sladow-Noob and Delhi gonna make a short work of them. But now it seems like, where are the units? Because Blinchik is here with a big and massive army of his own. He's gonna go and walk forward. So unless Delhi and Sladow have the information about it, yes, they can see that there is something happening here. But the question is, how many units he can actually see? Okay, a good scouting run from the interceptors is gonna go and make sure that they know that Blinchik is coming. But the question... No, Sladow, move away. Yes, good. A very good choice from both Delhi and Sladow to keep on moving towards the water so they can actually go and hide the ACUs inside it. But the question is, what is Blinchik gonna go and do? Because it seems like he's going and opting for the all-out assault versus the ACUs. Fortunately, both for Sladow and Delhi, they can go and hide and rather leave their little tools in the water, meaning that the ACUs are gonna be safe. But with this big, violent army going this way, it seems like there is not really much to go and defend them, as Sladow is trying to go and mow the defense with a bunch of mantises, which will have to go and kite back. Still, so far it seems like the Team Beba and Buba is actually ahead when it comes to the map control and economy. So thankfully, the T2 switch have been finished by Delhi. We can see the first Yenzins on the field, which will be just good enough to go and deal with the enemy T1 units. But the question is, how will they deal with this army here? Never mind, it seems like Blinchik's ACU is actually gonna go and fall back to his own base. As such, Sladow is actually capable of getting his little ACU out from the water. He's gonna go and fire a few overcharges, or at least I hope. Yes, he just fired the overcharge, but it seems like he's still missing the energy to keep on the spam on it. Also, the first pillar from Blinchik is gonna unfortunately meet an unlikely demise from the enemy ACU. And let's see, let's actually zoom out for a second. Look at the mass income. It seems like even though Team Beba and Baba was slightly lagging behind in the early game, right now they're ahead by 10%. Then, for the Team Donny, they have 70 mass per second, so honestly not that bad. Let's see. Reclaim, yep. It is quite unfortunate, but it seems like the Blinchik is doing much better way of actually gathering up the wrecks of the fallen units. And what's also even worse, he's gonna get a really nice raid coming this way here, on the south of the map. So thankfully, there is a single PD to go and buy us some time versus the T1 tanks, especially as it wasn't scouted, and Blinchik is most likely not aware of it. The Yenzins are also coming in from Delhi, meaning that this raid is gonna be nothing more but a mass donation. So yes, this actually looks very nice. We can also see a nice usage of Jesters coming out from Sladow-Noob. He's gonna go and use them as a bait for the airfight, which seems is gonna go in his hands. Yep, there it is. The interceptors, the Ayatas, are falling down from the sky as Blinchik is losing more and more control over the map. So thankfully, it seems like not only pilots have been built in the T2HQ, as the Skyboxer is gonna be just enough to make sure that the enemy units, that is the T1 interceptors and Jesters, are not gonna be capable of sniping his ACU. So a very nice choice. Also, a really good riding happening here with the Tam and Yenzin here, killing a few T1 maxes on the other side. And making sure that Blinchik have to keep on looking everywhere, although I don't really like this unit here. He's trying his best to go and kill the Hydra, but unfortunately, the Uyatoch is just gonna be safe for now. But let's go and look what is happening. Because Blinchik is just going all in monkey here. We can see his AC with a gun upgrade, wreaking havoc basically on the front door of the base belonging to Sladow. There are a few T1 PDs here to go and protect the left side. We can also see Sladow with the not only gun upgrade but also the stealth, so he should be decent enough of a threat to the enemy army. But recognizing that Sladow is actually not gonna fall down so easily, it seems like Blinchik is gonna go and move his army towards the base of Delhi. Also, regarding this being best of 1 or best of 3, this is the loser bracket, so this should be the best of 1 game. Unless something changed in the schedule, but I don't think so, so yes. Now the Mantis is gonna go and catch the enemy raid, or should I say the army trying to go and sneak past the enemy ACUs. Now we can see Delhi actually trying to go and grab his upgrade, but Blinchik, do you know where the enemy ACUs? No, you don't know, but you will find him soon enough, as you can see Sladow-Noob actually coming under fire from Blinchik's ACU. And this is scary. This is very... okay, good. Sladow actually have the information about the army incoming. He's also gonna go and move his Mantises to go and protect his ACU. A bit of a mismarker happening here as the parashields from Blinchik are gonna go and walk forward in front of both the ACU and the army. Meaning they're gonna get shot down by the enemy units. Delhi also have finished his upgrade on the ACU, meaning it is gonna be double gun comp versus a single one with a parashield. Then, it seems like Blinchik is still not done with the push on the right side, as we can see this big army trying to go and make something happen, but fortunately Sladow is paying attention. We could see him nicely divide his army in half, so he can actually go and pincer this position here from both sides and make sure that Blinching doesn't have a way to actually run away. Both ACU from Sladow and Delhi gonna walk forward, trying to chase down the Blinching's ACU, while his army is actually moving in through the undefended sector belonging to Delhi. Or actually no. It seems like there have been a move order meant to go and catch the enemy ACUs, but I don't think that this army is big enough to go and deal with two enemy gun codes. Yep, one time gonna go fall down, second one, strikers also dying one after another. Delhi dropping some of his HP, but thankfully, in a few more shots he will go and grab the veteran C upgrade. The chickens are unfortunately gonna get caught out by the enemy pillars, as we can see them being basically swarmed by the big amount of T1 and T2 units belonging to Blinchik, as the big army is just proving really hard to crack. It can basically just keep on walking in and dealing out damage, so thankfully Delhi is paying attention and slowly but surely falling back, kiting with his units. Because, well, that's what you want to be doing. Also, there is some reinforcement coming in from the bottom part. But the question is it actually gonna be enough? Let's go and take a look at the mass income. 76 for Blinchik and 65 for the Team Donny. Okay. It seems like the push from Blinchik have been stopped. And who knows, it might be even just enough to go and... No, never mind, it seems like Blinchik basically just made the split maneuver, going for pushes both on the bottom and the top side, with his ACU being supported by Janus on the top side. It seems this might be a quite precarious position for the right side team. Though thankfully it seems like Delhi is gonna go and crush this wall army on his own. And with this pillar push actually just falling down here and being nothing but a mass nation, I'm afraid that Delhi might actually be capable of coming back to the game and basically repushing the wall bottom side. Oh, torpedo bombers being made by Blinchik. It seems like he was expecting Sladow to go and deep to the water. Fortunately, it is not gonna happen, as Sladow is using his AC all the time to protect his base. Now, are you actually gonna go for a T2 land HQ upgrade? Yes, we can see the HQ being queued up, which is very good idea, because the enemy pillars are proving to be way too much for the Mantises to deal with. As we can see, the push going in straight to the base belonging to Sladow. The T1 PD gonna get finished on time, and it seems like we're also gonna go and see the... No, unfortunately, the wall is not gonna get finished, as the one of the engineers have been bumped into the place where the wall blueprint was. So it seems like the T1 PD is still gonna get its mass killed, which is very, very nice. Also, because there is basically no artillery in this unit mixed from Blinchik, the T1 PDs are gonna prove to be very, very effective at defending his base. And even though Sladow have suffered a big losses on the top side, losing 1, 2, 3, 6 T1 maxes, actually make it even 8 or 10, depending on how you look at the expansions. It seems like the bottom team is still doing quite fine, because Delhi is actually pushing 55 mass alone. We can see him actually get a few T2 maxes in his core base, and now pushing out with the T2 army of the chickens on the bottom side. Yep, you can see it, basically massacring everything in front of them. And the flak is gonna be just good enough to go and deal with the Pescianos coming up from the factories belonging to Blinchik. Though unfortunately, with the reinforcement from the middle coming here to this little beach side, it means that the enemy Ilchavox will be forced to go and actually fall back. Another Janus gonna go and bite the dust. That is not before actually managing to go and kill one more flag. Oh no, it seems like there is another push happening versus Sladow, who is just being bullied and bullied again by Blinchik, who is basically playing catch the mouse with him, trying to push either through the middle or through the top side with a bunch of units. So it seems like the ACU belonging to Sladow is gonna grab a lot of veterancy upgrades from killing these little armies on the top side, which is very nice to see indeed. Also, I love the team play here with the T2PDs actually being built by Mr. Mr. Deli. I was about to say Donny, then I was like, it's Deli, and I somehow ended up saying it's Mr. Denny, but no, it's just Deli. So yes. But yeah, very nice. These few T2PDs are gonna be enough to make sure that Sladow can basically catch a breath for a while, which is very, very nice, because from the very beginning of the game, both Paralon and Blinchik were basically bullying him the whole game. So very nice indeed. Now, I hate it. I hate what I see here. If someone says that having T1 floating units on the T1 is bad, just look at this. Look at this Phobos. Just basically floating through the middle of the map through this little causeway to basically go and annoy Delhi to no ends. Although thankfully he has some of his own, as we can see the zoo is being stationed here to go and actually protect the sides, which is very important considering there are a few T2 mexes here. But yeah, it seems like finally, after the 20 minutes of the game, we will have a little bit of stalemate happening. Oh god, there's a juicy Janus happening here. Ah, it's a lot of damage. He's gonna pay the price of his life. Oh, never mind, it seems like the army is actually gonna go and push in. I was actually thinking that he will go and fall back. But no, Delhi is actually pushing in with his big army of 9 chickens and yeah, that is way too much anti-air. You want some more land units here. Especially as you're gonna be going up versus this big army, alright. There is only a single pilot here, there is nothing but T1 units here, meaning that actually, while there is not many chickens in the army of Delhi, he might be fully capable of actually going and dealing with it. Though the bigger question is how is he gonna go and deal with these T1 PDs here? Let's go back and look what is happening here with the Phobos. Oh no, it seems like the Phobos actually are gonna go and move past the ACU, as the Zuis belonging to Delhi have been shot down. And as such, the T2 Mexes are under attack. I repeat, the T2 Mexes are under attack. Thankfully, the T1 PD is gonna go and buy us some time. And we will gonna go to the split screen, and as it seems like Blinchik's main army, I mean the main base, is also under attack. So while he is getting some good and juicy kills in the expansions belonging to Delhi, his main base is also under attack by a big T2 army belonging to Delhi. He will go and shut down this T1 PD. But the question is, does he have enough chickens to actually go and make a difference? Meanwhile, on the other side, it seems like not like this. The T1 PD is gonna be placed just in a good position to go and finish off the stragglers from that little Zooey push, and it seems like, let's see, T1 Max and T1 Max. Unfortunately, the T2 Max is positioned out here, so let's see if Delhi is actually gonna go kill it or not, okay? It seems like the max priority is on. The Janus is gonna go and drop the napalm to go and finish off the chickens, but the little boys are good just enough to go and kill the T2 Max in here. So honestly, while he lost a lot of units here, and by him I mean Delhi, let's go back and see what is actually happening on the middle. Because we can see a big Rhino army duking it out versus the army belonging to Blinchik, who actually have both Nano and the Regen around his ACU. Sladow also have the Nano upgrade. But the question is, does he have enough Rhinos? Yes, the Rhinos are all focusing on Blinchik ACU. His ACU dropping lower and lower, 6,000 HP. On the Serra ACU, 4,000 dropping lower and lower. As you can see, the Rhinos putting in the work. The ACU is really dropping down. We can see Air trying to come in and help him as the ACU gonna drop to 2,500 HP. Sladow under fire. The It seems like this might actually be a draw. Actually, no, it seems like Blinching gonna go and get a veterancy upgrade after shooting overcharge versus the enemy pilots. This is looking very, very bad for Sladow. Although it seems he's not gonna risk the Control K on his own ACU this time because, well, we saw what happened last time. The parashields are gonna come in here to go and save Blinching just for a little while longer. But the question is, can he actually run away? Please get into the water, President. Drop down to the water or else you're gonna go and die in here. As the ACU and the rhinos are basically mauling at Blinching. Janus is coming in here to go and drop napalm on the units belonging to... And here it is! As the ACU belonging to Blinching is gonna go and explode in a fiery thermonuclear explosion. GG and well played to Mr. Sladow and Delhi. They somehow made it back. After basically throwing the game versus Team Uncut and Raelia in the winners bracket, we can actually see them claw back their way to the winners finals. So yeah, very nice to go and see that Sladow didn't boom out, didn't get the press, and actually is willing to go and put in the fight. GG, well played, and see you in the finals. And actually TML? I don't think it was a TML. Only now I just saw... Actually no, you're right. This was actually a TML that managed to go and kill... Yeah, it actually managed to go and kill 2 enemy T2 Mexes somehow, looking at the amount of mass killed, so yeah. You're actually right, Amygdala. Donnie actually made a TML and made a proper use of it, but yeah. Let's go and